I can't think of an intro. This is Tell Someone. First question, of course, from Stacey Campbell. Since kinder just means child, aren't all eggs kinder eggs? Well, no. Well, yes. That could be why Kinder Surprise eggs are not are illegal in America, because you can't do that. You can't do that to embryos in America. So, well, I mean, that could be the reason. There's another reason which I won't get into in this video. I've already gone into that in another video like 10 years ago or something. A really long time ago. You made me feel old. Thank you. Next question, of course, is endochrom. Where does the time go? It's usually in that corner there. In that corner you can see how much time there is, or you can see the actual time up that corner, usually. Or maybe down that corner, depending on what device you're watching. I hope this helps. Next question, of course, could be from Mildly Terrible. What? Question mark. What? Okay, well, I said it's up there, or down there. Usually not over there, but sometimes. Maybe not over there. Maybe not over there. Depending on your settings. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. Next question. From the Chrysalis of Youth. Last episode you wore a Pokemon shirt. What is your favourite Pokemon? And if you were a Pokemon, what would you be? No. That goes against the Pokemon Pride Directive, because you can't just have a favourite and then give up. You got to catch them all of them. You've got to catch them all. So you can't have any favourites. You can't favour one over another. You have to catch them all. All of them must be your favourite, or else you lose at Pokemon. Yeah, and I'd probably be a Snorlax. Mostly because of the sleeping disorders. And I'm wearing blue. Except for the green bits. Next question, of course, is could be from Jonathan Stern. Why do we dream? Well, of course, we dream for all sorts of specific reasons. I think I'm not an expert in sleeping. In fact, I have a little problem with sleeping disorders, primarily with the sleep apnea, and for me, the big purpose of dreaming is to wake me up when I need to go to the toilet or cannot breathe, and I get that suffocation dream that I get sometimes. Otherwise, when I'm when I'm listening to a podcast and Robert Evans is yelling at me for causing the helicopter crash that killed Vic Morrow and two Vietnamese kids, and then making the funeral all about me. I don't listen to that podcast when in my sleep anymore. I just listen to proper history podcasts. Well, it is a proper history podcast, but one that doesn't cast absurd judgments on me in particular. Thank you, Robert Evans. Next question, of course, could be the last question of the day. Luna Does Silly. Is there possibility of a correlation between Grover's mad quest to kill God and your holy abilities? Are you the mysterious God that Grover could not find? You see, Grover's quest to find and kill God is really an exploration of a quest to find meaning in Grover's own life. You see, Grover in the world of Sesame Street is always close, but not quite at the pinnacle of fame and wealth and happiness. He is always a sidekick, a comic foil, if you will. Now, Whereas people like Big Bird and Ernie and Bert and Kermit, of course, have their distinct places. Grover is an everyman. Grover is an everyman who cannot quite fulfill his ambitions ever. While people like Elmo, of course, rise to superstardom within the fan base of the Sesame Street community, and of course Kermit rises to megastardom, dating movie stars like Miss Piggy, and having an international variety show, and like 11 hit movies. Now, Kermit represents both God and the inability to reach the pinnacle of godhood at the time, and his climbing up the stairs to assassinate Kermit, or a god, always fails until because of the Sisyphean task of having to climb infinite numbers of stairs, and then every week having those infinite number of stairs collapse and send him all the way back to the bottom. And when he eventually gets to the top of those stairs and finally kills him, what happens? He becomes infinite. He becomes the god. It's more about achieving what you desire most, and then the angst of actually achieving it. The lesson, of course, is never try. And that's it for Tell It Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question in the question asking place below. Or you can answer this dovetail question if you would like. There we go. That's a really good question, dovetail question that I have made up. Now, this Kermit thing. I don't know why Kermit would be seen as God. Really, I mean, look, he doesn't even know why there are so many songs. I bet he doesn't even know how many songs about rainbows there are. I don't even know whether he knows how many songs there are. I mean, as far as I can remember, there's Sunshine, Lollipops and Rainbows, and Over the Rainbow, of course, and one Rainbow Connection, and that makes 1, 2, 3. Now in Sesame Street, something happens when somebody... Oh yeah, I've got to laugh now, after I've counted. No! Something's supposed to happen after this.